How is it that I'm doing this?
So I would like to introduce you guys to one of the pieces of equipment that I use for filming, and that would be my camera crane. Now this is something that I put together recently, actually, since I started this channel. This is, well, first I want to say, this here is my tripod that I've had for a long time. This is a really stout tripod, so if you want to build something this heavy, I think you want to get something stout here first. But that being said, it's not that you can't build this in a lighter fashion. I just happened to build this really heavy because I wanted it to be a little bit more rigid around this environment. But this camera on this crane is, I'm able to get really fluid shots with this setup. That's really what I was going for a few different reasons. Now, one of the reasons is I wanted to get moving shots that I could capture, and basically it works in a dynamic where these two parallel bars, they'll always stay parallel to each other because of the perpendicular bars that all run parallel with each other. Now, when I move the rig up, everything stays parallel to itself, giving the illusion that the horizon on the camera is staying exactly the same. It's a neat little trick with geometry. Another feature that I put into this was I centered it around the fluid head on my tripod. This is a Manfrotto MK3 fluid head. It's an old jobby for really big cameras. I got this actually from the local buy and sell. What a score! But what I did was I centered it to the fluid motion of the tripod fluid head, so that I could unlock here and actually tilt from back in this position. So if I was to be working over the bench, say for example, I could, from this back location, come up and look down at whatever it is that is in the shot, right? So yeah, you guys see how that works. Centering it can be a bit of a pain to go back to what you want. That's not that much trouble, actually. The other feature that I put on this was if I was to mount the camera directly to the device itself, I'm stuck with a fixed position always with the camera, and then I would always have to use that fluid head at the back. So instead, what I did was I went on Amazon.com and found a really cheap video fluid head that you can mount to any tripod. I think this one was in the $30 to $40 range. I can't remember, I blow through that stuff so quick. But basically, the difference between a fluid head and a traditional head for photography is when you unlock it, there's a resistance and it keeps it smooth, a bit smoother for if you want to do panning or tilting with the camera head. That way, if you want a moving shot, it won't be so jarry like you would get on a traditional tripod head. So these were developed, and there are many cheap ones online that you can get. You get the really expensive ones, yes, you're going to get the quality of the expensive ones, but for this application, I didn't really see why to spend the money. Anyway, the best thing about this setup for what I've been doing now, on my other channel, the Roadhouse, the Paps Boys Roadhouse, often doing DIY videos, and really doing DIY wasn't my main focus in doing those videos. It was more about trying to tell a story and get the best shots that I could. I don't know how I can explain that better. Basically what I wanted to do is show a task being performed, but then show it in a different light. I mean, most of the time you look at DIY videos, you're going to see a static shot. It's going to be the one thing, but I wanted to take a little bit of a amateur filmmaker's approach to shooting these things. So what I found myself doing more often than not, was having to set up in one position, get halfway through the job, and then move to another position to get the shot that I was after. And what really this is a benefit for is I can start a shot from any location, get my shot, and then make the move, and it's as easy as that. So camera changes are definitely easier with this device. So if you guys are more interested on how I developed this, I'd be happy to cover more. Just one other thing I wanted to show you is counterweighting is probably a really, really important thing in this whole mix. So I have the counterweights at the back. I can change what size weights I have on it, and I can make micro adjustments by sliding it in and out. So depending on the camera gear that I have set up, I can change how it's weighted, and that's what really keeps it smooth and moving the way it does. So again, if you guys want to hear more about this, if you have specific questions on how I developed this, leave a comment down in the section below, and I'll hopefully be able to address those for you. My camera battery is running out, so I better get to the end of this quick. So if you like what you're seeing, subscribe to the channel. If you're feeling generous, hit that like button. And if you want to be part of the conversation, leave a comment down below. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next one.